Meowdy and welcome. My name's en-viss, my pronouns are they, them, and this is my Flosstube channel, Sleepy Goblin Crafts, where I talk about all things cross-stitch, and sometimes other things. Today, however, we're just talking about cross-stitch because I have my 2025 WIP and Finish parade for you guys. This comes a little late. It's also 4 o'clock, so I am losing natural light very quickly. I will try to do this as cohesively and quickly as possible without just like spitballing things to you guys. I was going to include, I have a plan list here. I was going to include this as well, but I have a feeling that's going to be a separate video because I have a lot. I have 21 finishes to share with you guys from 2025, including 3 finishes from 2024 that I never showed y'all because I had just started cross-stitching when I first started this channel. So I'm going to throw those in as well. And then WIPs, I have 24 coming into 2026. So let's get started with 2024 finishes. Like I said, I have 3. They are not that big. This is my first ever finish. This is Mushroom Ghost from Living on the Rainbow. This is the little guy that started it all. I am very tempted to re-stitch him just because, as you can tell, there's quite a lot going on here. There's stitches going opposite directions. They're not like straight. I will say, like, for the fact that this was my first ever stitch, I did it on 14 count black Ada, and there's even just a little tiny bit of backstitch in the frog. So I, with like his little smile. So all things considered, I think I did great for my first stitch. My second finish of 2024 is Fox and Crow. This is by Wild Violet. And I was not prepared to have a counting mistake in this. I don't know where exactly. It's somewhere in the crow that's off, but you literally can't even tell. And then my third finish is a freebie from Bad Stitch. This is Vaporwave Cemetery. I love him. He's super cute. This is stitched on, it's a printed fabric from Charles Craft. I want to say in the color Sunset. I picked it up at Michael's. But yeah, look how cute he is. So these are my 3 finishes from 2024. Obviously, they are all very small and still are fully finished. Like, I haven't fully finished them. We'll see. Moving on to 2025. These are all of the projects that I finished last year. Oh, including 2 fully finishes. Kinda. 1.5 fully finished will count. So, first up is another freebie. This is Woodland Strawberry from Wild Violet. Again, just 14 count black Ada. This was last year's New Year start that I finished, I think, within the month of January. That's not happening this time. This is Cottage Garden Sampler from Stitch Sprout. And I'm obsessed. I love the colors. I love the giant mushroom. I love the apples. It's such a fantastic design. I am still looking for the perfect square frame for that one. Next is The Riddle. This is by Quaternion Creations. Oh, I did not say. This was stitched on 16 count fiddler's cloth. I think this was Charles Craft. Next is the Riddle. This is by Quaternion Creations. I stitched this on 18 count vintage from Bestitch Me. And I also used a one-of-a-kind overdyed floss from Roxy Floss Co. in the color Hitting Snooze. It's like a very dark brown black. Next is one of my favorites. This is Witching Hour by Sprouting Lupine. I did this on 14 count tarnished from Picture This Plus in the called for DMC. I truly love how the yellows pop on this fabric. It's absolutely one of my favorites. I have more of her, this is part of her Nature Walk series. I have more of these on my like wish list as like wanting to do. I just have not yet gotten around to it. Next is Metamorphosis. This is by Bad Stitch. This was released as part of her Trans Day of Visibility bundle, which I'm sure she will be doing again this year. She's done it for the last 3 years. So I did kind of a slight color conversion to a more pastel color pop in the middle, and I did the rest conversion from Stash for the butterfly. I love this little guy. He's so precious. This is 14 or 16 count Bramble, I want to say, from Picture This Plus. Next is Stargazing from the Night Garden series. This one is designed by Bendy Stitchy. I did this on 16 count Banshee from Fabrics by Stephanie, I think. I used the Threadworks Night Garden color palette. I was really drawn to the cute little snail. He's so precious. I like a lot of the ones in the Night Garden series. Next is Pixel Prelude from Flossy Fox Shop. I used the called for DMC on 14 count Sunset. This is the same fabric that I did the Bad Stitch Vaporwave Cemetery on. I seriously love the rainbow of colors in this. I think it looks really good. Another Sprouting Lupine. This is a freebie if you are part of her newsletter. This is this is Lover's Promenade. She released this around Valentine's Day last year. I was obsessed with the colors. The praying mantis, the fuchsias, all of it's so good. This was also my first time working on linen. This is 28 count Mocha from Bestitch Me. And now I work on linen and Ada. So, you know, God. Again, with the back stitch, the details, it's all so good. So good. Next is the first stitch along that I ever finished. This is Court of Crows from Fine Frog Stitching. I did this on 18 count Caw from Witch's Garden Crafts, and I'm sure if you guys followed me, like, you guys remember I worked on this basically the entire time through the stitch along. So I am very, very proud of finishing this. I didn't think I would be able to stay caught up, and I did. Especially considering how many color changes there are. Like, Stephanie at Fine Frog is a master of color changes, quite frankly. Like, she truly knows how to get that detail in there. It's great. I am going to put a couple of images in that I don't have on me because they were gifts, and I am going in chronological order, just so y'all know. So that's why these are here. First being Wheel of the Year. This, I'm putting a picture of the finish. This is by Tusk and Cardinal from the Magical Cross Stitch book. I did this as a birthday present for my mom. And then I have Robin Spring, which is by Robin Pickens. It's part of the seasonal courier series that she has. It's the smaller ones. She's released the larger ones separately, but this is part of the like first go of the series. This was gifted to my mother-in-law for her birthday. Next is a kind of fully finish. I need to reattach it in the hoop because the back is not done. But this is F for Flygon by Jessie Does Cross Stitch or X Stitch. This is the model stitch I did for her. This series is complete now. She has all of the alphabet available on her Etsy. And I was very excited to work on this. Flygon is one of my favorite Pokemon, and he is very, very cute here, especially with the flowers. This is another fully finish. I'm probably going to change it out of this frame. I've been meaning to put the riddle in here and put this into something else, but this is Tiny Apothecary by Flossie Fox Shop. I did this on 14 count Bramble with the called for DMC. It's so cute. I just think something smaller with like a smaller margin would look better. Oh, and before I forget, here's another finish that is a gift. This is Oak Keeper by Fine Frog Stitching. I did this on 28 count Honey by Bestitch Me with the called for DMC. I gifted this to a friend for her birthday. And I love how it turned out. Looks so good on that fabric. Next is Cottage Witch Sampler by Bad Stitch. This is available on her Patreon. And there are two colorways. I did the second available colorway in kind of a conversion. It's a conversion to stash with like my most similar colors. I just really wanted to do it on this Dusk from Bestitch Me. I got it in their Fabric of the Month, and oh god, I just love it so much. The bats, the little hat, it's so cute. I can't get over it. It's so cute. Next is Blooming Magic by Haunted Frames. I stitched this on 28 count Willow from Bestitch Me with the called for DMC. He's so precious. I love him. I don't know how I'm going to finish a lot of these, to be honest. Probably frames, maybe some soft finishes. That's a goal for those are going to be questions for en-viss at a later date. And here is my pride and joy of 2025. Like, I know I said that Witching Hour was probably one of my favorites. This is also definitely one of my favorites. This is the Stitch for Pride 2025 Trans History Stitch Along that was designed and hosted by D's 20 Stitches. Look at this. Literally, so good. So good. I am so proud of myself for keeping up with this. This was released from January 2025 through December 2025, monthly. Each motif features a queer, trans, two-spirit, or gender non-conforming person of history, from dating all the way back from the ancient Egyptians through modern day, like 1950s, 1960s. So this is the love and labor of a trans man who, he put a lot of work into this stitch along, and all of the people who are participating and learning about trans history. It's such a pivotal part of learning and just being part of community. So I have a little bit of scrap left. I might save it. This is 18 count resistance from Mislaid Pages, and I stuck with the DMC conversions for the most part, but I did include some color additions just to give each motif a little bit of like unique personality, I guess. I love this so much. This will be finished as a banner. I don't know how. I don't know when. That is the goal, though, to finish it as a banner, to proudly display in my home. So I cannot get enough of this. Like I said, I am so proud of myself for working on a year-long stitch along, staying up to date with it, not getting behind. Like, that happens, right? And there's no shame in that whatsoever. I am just really, really proud of myself for sticking with something so important for so long. And then we have my last finish of 2025. Ta-da! It's Kato Lantern by Luminous Fiber Arts. I started this with my friends Krista of Clover Hop Stitching and Selena of Spicy Selena Crafts. We did this as a 100 Days to Halloween start along, and I finished it. This is probably going to be a flat fold. I'm not 100% sure. I love how this little guy turned out. He's so cute. He's so cute. I'm obsessed. Okay. Those are all of my finishes. I'd say for my first year of cross-stitching, I did pretty fucking good at 21 finishes. I hope that wasn't too fast. Also, like I said, I'm running out of daylight, and I want to get this done because I've been meaning to film this, and I just keep putting it off. So, let's move into WIPs. Like I said, have 24 WIPs and all varying degrees of progress. I have 2 piles, so this will be interesting. I will also try to show floss packs as well. Well, the floss I'm using. First up is Yule Cat by Quaternion Creations. I started this in December of 2024, and I have made a ton of progress on this. I love how he is turning out. I am also going to be dipping my toes into trying metallic floss for the first time, as well as beads for the first time on this. Because this was the first time that I ever started working on fabric that was not just regular white or black Aida. This is 16 count Hera from Atomic Ranch Fabric, and it's great fabric, don't get me wrong, but you can't see the white stitches, they ghost. So I purchased beads. I will be using some seed beads from Mill Hill, and I also picked up this treasure braid for some of the snowflakes. So I will probably not be getting around to that anytime soon. I don't know that I'm going to pull this guy out again this year. I worked on him around the new year, so he'll probably come out again in November or December this year, like later this year. And just for reference, we are also going in oldest to newest order for my WIPs. So next is Grief is Love Preserving by Witch's Garden Crafts. I am stitching this on 14 count. Yes, I'm stitching this on 14 count Spellbound from Forbidden Fiber Co. And this project has not seen a ton of work, mostly because I really only work on it when I'm like not feeling well, when I need a little bit of a pick-me-up, so to speak. So I've stitched this like 2 or 3 times maybe. I imagine as the year goes on, this will continue to get work. So I just, have that feeling. Next is Pastel Potions. This is by Colorfully Sarah Shop. I am stitching this on 16 count Isolde from Fabrics by Stephanie. And I really love how this is coming out. It's the perfect amount of block stitching and like color changes, quite frankly. So I don't have any specific goals for this one. Just work on it as I see fit, I guess. Like I said, I don't have any specific goals for this, so if it doesn't get finished this year, it doesn't get finished this year. Next is a big one, and I'm gonna finish it this year. This is Nature's Journey by Sprouting Lupine. You know her, you love her. Look at this gorgeous piece of art. This is the year-long stitch-along from the Just Cross Stitch magazine that is being featured in the 2025 edition. All 4 parts are out. I have not started the 4th part yet. I will be this month. I'm using all of the called for DMC, and I am stitching it on 32 count Cypress linen from Fiber on a Whim. And I hope you are getting a close-up of all the parts, because I can't see shit. I love it. I love it so much. I just love it so much. I don't have words. Obviously, my margins are insane because I started this at the beginning of the year when I'm still a new stitcher, but I know better now on how to measure margins, and I had no idea how to measure this. So, my margins are wonky, and that's okay. That's okay. I can't wait to work on this again. I literally cannot wait to work on this again. It is one of my favorite projects to work on. I love seeing piece by piece every single part of it come together. It's a joy to work on. I don't have the floss for that. That is missing me downstairs. Next is my birthday start from last year. This is Plants and Petrichor from Fine Frog Stitching. A very, very modest start, if I do say so myself. Literally just the beginning parts of the frame of the window. This is going to be seeing more progress, though, this month, because it is one of my calls for WIP Go. It is number 7, which is a SAL. And even though I did not participate in the SAL for this project, it was once upon a time a stitch along back in 2024, I think. So I'm counting it. This is being stitched on 28 count malachite from Fiber on a Whim, which is this luscious dark green fabric. I am obsessed. Cannot wait to put some work into this one too. Next is another stitch along that quite frankly could have fit for my WIP Go call, but I'm saving this for later because I want to get more work done on plants and petrichor. This is Burrow Tails from Quaternion Creations. I have, as you can see, the first 2 parts done. This is fully released. I love this stitch along. I love all of the animals in it. I love all of the stories that are being included in each release. It's great. This is being stitched on 18 count Oaken from Picture This Plus, and I am using just 3 colors from Pirate and Robin. I have them, so I might as well show them to you. The brown is Mushroom. Here, let me cover my face so you can see. The brown is Mushroom. The green is Herb. And then the brown, or sorry, the blue and brown, which I'm using for the animals, is Woodland Breeze, which is this beautiful variegated blue and brown floss. I'm stitching this over 1, and I believe this is going to be part of a round robin that I'm going to, ooh, there's floss that is going everywhere. Yes. I believe this is going to be part of a round robin that I'm doing with a few friends this year sometime, don't know when, ish, for projects that we would like to see work done on it, but we don't necessarily know like where they're going to fit into our plans. And so I'm going to have my friends help me finish this tree and any other bits and parts of it that they want to work on, but specifically the tree, because the tree is very large and intimidating. I don't have a specific finish date in mind for it, which is partially why I'm like, with my friends, I'm like, do what you want. Like, I don't need the whole tree finished. Like, if you just want to do it part by part, that's great too, but, you know, it'll get done when it gets done. Next is The Herbalist by Loombug. This was a spring mingle start this year. Don't mind the hanging thread. And look at that. Look at how cute. Hopefully I'm including pictures of the projects that I'm working on, because I literally, like, aside from a couple of physical patterns, I don't have any anything up here with me. But yeah, this is really fun to work on. I've only touched it twice, but I really enjoy working on it. This is being worked on 32 count light hazelnut. Yeah, light hazelnut by XJU Design. And I am using the called for DMC. Again, no real goal for this. I'll work on it as I work on it, as I see fit, and I'm not pressured to get it done this year. Next up is Mushroom Cottage by Flossy Fox Shop. I did not realize how small this was going to be because I am doing this on 18 count Jade from Picture This Plus. It's already a relatively small pattern, but the fact that I'm doing it on 18 count makes it even smaller. I didn't even consider how small that would make the final product. Like, I want to say this is about halfway down the pattern. This is as wide as it's going to be. So it is a very small pattern. But it's so cute. Look at the little flying pig. If I could get this finished by the summer this year, that'd be great. If not, not the end of the world. Next is Fairy House by Mill Hill. This is a button and beads kit. And this is how far I've gotten. Look at that. You can see the leaf. And this looks like a house. I love this. I picked this up at the Spring Mingle this year because I didn't realize that I was going to be into houses, but this little fairy house convinced me otherwise. This is being stitched on 14 count perforated paper. It's like a sea green-ish, I think is the color. Sea green, mint green, something green. And I have finally purchased a magnetic frame so that when I work on this again, I will not be cursing to the sky as my floss gets caught on the corners every time I work on it. So that'll be nice. It'll also be good for future, like other perforated paper projects that I'll work on. No real goal for this. If I can finish it in the summer sometime, I think that would be great. It's mostly full coverage, so like I don't know if that's asking too much. Like it's also a buttons and beads kit, so there's beads in it that I have not even considered attempting yet. So another we will cross that bridge when we get there pattern. Next is Strawberry Cat Farmer from Stitch Sprout. Look how cute. I have the body, a lot of the body. It's mostly beige stitches, but the vision's there, you know. This is being stitched on 18 count vintage from Bestitch Me. She's darling. I've said it before, I'll say it again. The intention with her is to turn her into a standing doll, kind of like the Stacy Nash Animal Crackers. That's what I want to do with her. I think she's perfect for it. If I can finish her by the Strawberry Moon this year, which is in June, hopefully, fingers crossed, I can get her finished, maybe not fully finished, but finished by then. That would be great. We will see. Next is Year in the Woods 2 by Cottage Garden Samplings. This is on my Q-Snap right now because I'm working on it, because this was also a WIP Go call for this month. This is number 2, which is seasonal. And I felt that this wolf in this snowy landscape was appropriate for that call. So I have been working on his head. I got in a ton of the Trail Dust, which is the one called for overdye floss. Everything else is DMC. I love how he's turning out. He's so handsome. I actually have the physical pattern here. So here, this is what he's gonna look like. He is full coverage. His entire body, full coverage. Can I finish him before Sean's birthday at the end of June? Bitch is gonna try. Because I want to start the crow, also from Year in the Woods, for Sean's birthday this year. Because those are his 2 favorite animals. So, can I finish this before Sean's birthday? Signs point to no, but like I said, a bitch is gonna try. I am doing this on 18 count Wren, which is by Fox and Rabbit, with the called for DMC and the one overdyed floss. So I'm still going to be putting in work on that for a couple more days, I think. Okay. I'm on the fence about this next project, because on one hand, I love everything individually. I love the pattern. I love the floss, and I love the fabric. Individually. Together, ugh, I don't know if I like it anymore. And that makes me sad because this is what I started for Pride this year. This is Against the World by Marumi Designs. And I am stitching this on... What am I stitching this on? 18 Count A History of Violets from Stitchman Darcy. And I am using Pirate and Robin Werewolf, which is this really cool variegated black to yellow to gray to black floss. My intention with this project, as I've talked about multiple times, was that it reminds me of the non-binary flag colors. And I love the pattern. Against the World is such a fucking cool pattern, and I love Miriam's work. Like, I love her stuff so much, and I just feel awful considering letting this go, because I also really like this color of fabric. Like, again, individually, everything fucking is awesome. Because individually, everything is awesome. Together, the floss breaks so easily on this fabric. It's such a pain in the ass to work on. It's way tighter than I thought, even doing one thread at a time. And I also don't really know if I like how the variegation is turning out in the pattern. I feel like it makes it too busy. So I might shelf this and maybe restart it, maybe restart the pattern on a different fabric and use this floss for something else, and then maybe like chop off half so I have this half of the fabric to use for something else. It's hard. So this is getting shelved, and I don't hate me for doing that, please. Okay. We're about halfway done with WIPs, which is good because we're coming up on 45 minutes. So, next is, where's my spot? Spooky Night, which started as a stitch along back in July. And this is where I'm at. I am making adjustments to the stitch along placement and like these like boxes. I'm changing where some of them are. I'm omitting some just so that it fits my just so that it fits my fancy a little bit more, because I'm not a super big fan of like the pumpkin stack. I don't know that I really care for the witch. I'm really sick and tired of witches with green skin, and that is nothing on Tiny Modernist. Like, Cheryl is a fantastic person, but I personally am just so fucking sick of green witches. So I don't want to fuck with a color conversion, and so I'm just gonna remove that. And that is why this plant creature is where he is. This is being stitched on 16 count Banshee from Fabrics by Stephanie. So, Halloween WIP. I'll work on it sometime this year. No real goals to finish it this year, quite frankly. Like, if I do, cool, fantastic. I'm not going to complain. But it's not a priority of mine to finish it this year. I am using the called for DMC conversion for this. It works just as well. Like, don't get me wrong, I really love the overdyed floss choices, especially the purples. Like, those are really pretty, but I didn't need them for this one. Next is a project that I am very excited about. This is the goblins. Look at them. Look. So, this is the goblins. This is from the Cross Stitch and Country Crafts magazine from 1955. Here it is. Awful picture, but you know, we do what we can. I started this with Kitty the Selkie Stitcher for just as a Halloween start. And I love them. They're so funky. Unfortunately, the lighting is not picking up the colors very well. The goblins themselves are a bunch of blended threads. A bunch of gray and green blended threads. I'm just following the list, like I'm just following the called for in the pattern. Personally, I don't think with how many DMC there are now that a blend is necessary, but you know, it's fine. There's also a shit ton of backstitch in this, but this is being done on 18 count Stormy Night, which is a printed fabric. So the back is white. Here's all of the floss for it. I'm not going to pull these out, but it's a lot of greens and browns. I really like working on this. It's a nice challenge, especially, I'm sorry if you hear the crinkling, Gwen is on her bed cleaning herself. It's for as challenging as this is, it is still a lot of fun. I really do enjoy working on this. I don't have a goal for it to be finished this Halloween or anything. I'm just enjoying working on it as is. Next is Summer's Day, which I have realized that I haven't been showing off the some of the project bags that I have, which is very remiss of me because I have amazing friends. So, Nature's Journey is being housed in this bag that Eli of Thick Threads made for me. It has this funky kind of like wave fabric on it with polka dots on the inside. And like I said, this is the bag that Nature's Journey is being held in. This adorable Blues Clues project bag that my friend Clancy of Clancy's Creation on Instagram, she made this for me out of scrap fabric that she had. And a nice peachy inside. This is housing my night garden project as well as my fairy house. And this is relevant because my next project is Summer's Day by JetX Stitch. I started this with Eli, Clancy, and Krista of Clover Hop Stitching. We all started this at Midsummer Stitch together. And this is being housed in the project bag that Krista made for me, which has these beautiful flowers. It has this foxglove. It has like hydrangeas. It's so pretty. And then like this blue fabric on the inside. So I have project bags made by 3 of my friends, and I'm just collecting them at this point, and it makes me so happy. So the WIP. I am stitching this on 28 count Frozen Lake from Bestitch Me, which personally I think fantastic choice on my end. Even the blue of the wreath looks really good. The yellow and orange just pops. I love it. I love it so much. This will get work done this year, Will it get finished this year? Probably not. That's okay. But I will work on it this year, sometime in the summer, I'm sure. I'm using a mix of the called for overdye as well as the DMC, just because I did not like some of the DMs or some of the overdyed. I was like, that doesn't make that much of a difference. But the two overdye, is it just the two? Yeah. The two overdye I am using are the classic Colorworks Candied Yams and Gentle Arts Tropical Ocean. So that is that. And also my Estinian needle minder hangs out on this project. I dropped it. Next is Twilight Moon. I am stitching this on 20 count charcoal Aida. This is being done as part of the Bad Stitch Discord server that I'm in. We have a monthly full moon stitch that we do. So basically you just stitch on a pattern that has a full moon on the full moon. So this last weekend was the wolf moon, and we all got together and chat and hung out for a bit. My power went out for like 2 hours. It was very annoying. But I was able to hang out for a bit and do fill in on the moon. This was, like I said, part of the Night Garden collection that was released at Market last year. And I am using the Called For Threadworks palette. So this will get done as it gets done. I'm literally just working on it on the full moon. So when it's done, I will pick another project to work on. I'll probably do Night Owl by Stitchy Pros as my next one, because that also has a moon in it, and it will be my last thread. It'll be my last Night Garden project that I haven't started or worked on. Okay, next is Sampler Seasons. This is by Blueberry Ridge. I started this for Sampler September this year. And I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. This is being stitched on 28 count grog from Bestitch Me. This was a Fabric of the Month color. And I am using color and cotton floss for the first time. The dark brown is a limited edition. It is Muddy Paws, which is this nice dark brown. And then I will be doing two other colors. I will be doing Spiced Cider and Rustling Leaves. Nice orangey red colors. Literally no plans to have this finished this year. Like at all. Again, it's a very much if I just decide that this is all I'm going to work on for like a month and get it done, cool. If I don't, okay, cool. I will work on it this year because I fucking love it so much. I love it so much. This is as tall. I want to say this is as tall and as wide. There's a little bit of border on the bottom and the other side, like over here. That's like leaves. So there's still a little bit of border, but not much. But basically, that's as wide and as tall as it's going to be. So I will probably work on that next. I don't know. Who knows? You know what? Who knows? I just really like this pattern. I like monochromatic samplers. That's on that. Next is a project that's kind of been put on the back burner. I was originally doing this as a model for Kenzie of Mud Puppy Stitchery, but I realized that basically with the way that my life is going right now and with all of the other priorities that I have in terms of stitching and just like my other hobbies, that I actually really can't take on a model stitch. and just realizing that I'd basically overcommitted myself before I realized I had overcommitted myself, I reached out to Kenzie at Mud Puppy Stitchery and just explained to her, hey, I'm so sorry. I have way more going on than I thought, that I feasibly can't get the model stitch done to you in the amount of time that is reasonable. And I was like, if I'm more than happy to pay for these patterns, and she's kindly let me keep them. So if you like woodland animals and birds, like mostly birds, she has amazing birds, but she has a couple of other animals too. If you like woodland animals or just animals in general, highly suggest going and supporting Kenzie of Mud Puppy Stitchery. Long preamble aside, this is Woodland Duck Sampler. I'm doing this on 32 count plain air with the called for DMC. And as you can tell, I have the silhouettes of the ducks in there. Most of the pond is in there. And then I was working my way to the center here and up because there is a sun at the top. So this is how big my fabric is. It's kind of see-through. Sorry. I don't have a board. But yeah. I really do like this pattern. I really do like the other one I was going to do too, which is the snapping turtle. I love them both. I just realized that I cannot commit to a deadline like that when I have so many other hobbies and stitching commitments that I will just burn myself out. And that's not what this year is about. That is not what 2026 is about. No. So we are being respectful of our time. And that means dropping out of commitments that you preemptively thought were good ideas. Floss pack. We're almost done, I promise. I'm sorry. I know there are way longer WIP and finish. Like, there are people who do separate finish parades from WIP parades. And those are twice as long. So thanks for sticking around. We're almost done. Next is a flurry of Halloween starts that I did. Starting with Goth Chicken. This is by Lindy Stitches. I have the book here. It's this. I am doing this on 32 count Winter Moon, which obviously the lighting is not that great anymore. But it is like this yellowish cream color. The finish is a pillow in the picture, but I'll probably just do it as like a flat fold or as like a frame. I'm using the called for DMC, but I'm also using Oblong Meows overdyed floss. It's this really cool, oh my god, you can't even tell because it's like, this lighting's awful. It's this really cool variegated gray black. I am using that for the alphabet. Everything else will be DMC, but the alphabet, I wanted it to be special. And so it is. This is Skelecat in the Moonlight by Lola Crow. As you can see, the model is on black. Mine is not. This is being stitched on 16 count Banshee by Fabrics by Stephanie. I have a very tiny start in the fence, but it's coming along. Once again, no particular goal to finish this by Halloween this year. I will just work on it during Halloween, and it'll be fine. I am using the called for DMC. And no, if you're wondering, I'm not going to be doing black stitches to make this look like the model stitch. The back is just going to be like, the fabric's just going to be like, you know, it's foggy or something. My next Halloween start is Dark Familiar. This is from Tuscan Cardinals Magical Cross Stitch book, and I am doing this on 14 count tarnished from Picture This Plus. You can't really tell in this light, but the border is black. The floss for the goat is not black. I am using one-of-a-kind floss from Roxy Floss Co. I am using, I think this is Black Forest or Dark Forest. Yes, Black Forest. Which, you can't tell in this light, but it is a dark brown with very subtle hints of dark green. Felt appropriate for a Black Phillip project. I personally really like working on monochromatic pieces like this. This is great to work on. And I'm kind of tempted to start more, but we'll talk about that in my plans video. Or maybe not. Next is Birdie Bowl by The Blue Flower. Sorry for the glare. I started on the robin, which is on the far right, the far left. And I started this with Lisa of Linguistic Stitches and Eli of Thick Threads. The three of us, no particular reason why, we were all just like, we really love this pattern. Let's start this pattern. And so we did. So I am stitching this on 28 count Mocha from the Stitch Me. I'm not sure. I am going to stitch the bowl. I just don't know what floss I'm going to stitch it in. Probably just like a variegated, maybe a variegated-ish brown. I just don't care for the camouflage look, quite frankly. And I'll be honest, y'all, I am dumb. I know it's called Birdie Bowl, but for the longest time, I thought that was a fence, not a bowl. Like, I didn't realize it was a weaved bowl, like basket. I thought it was a fence. Could have fooled me. My next start, and this is my last start of 2025. I have one more start. I have one more WIP after this. But this is Blessed Yule, also from the Magical Cross Stitch book by Tuscan Cardinal. And this is as far as I got. Oh, Jesus, you can see through that. Okay. This is the top section of the pattern, and I am just making my way down. Obviously, I do not have the red in because I did not have it when I started this pattern. I have it now, but I probably will not work on this pattern until next winter, like November, December. I am using the called for DMC for it, and that's just 14 count Black Ada. So, my last WIP, my first start of 2026, and my last WIP to show you. This is my New Year, New Start, as many people affectionately call it. This is The Raven Queen by Mirabilia. I won this in a giveaway on Reddit when I first started cross-stitching. I didn't think I'd win, but I was like, whatever, I'll toss my hat in the ring and see what happens. I fucking won. So they sent me the pattern and all of the materials. It was all kitted up and everything. So I started this on New Year's Day. And this is how far I am. I did a center start, and I've worked my way up to the top left corner. Here. This is the far top left corner. Oh, jeez. this is the far top left corner over here. So I just took the border and I brought it up, and then I'm just gonna work my way back down in the pillar. And like I said, this is a center start. So this part right here is this part, like this triangle part in her dress. I am stitching this on 32 count Gray Magic by Bestitch Me. And I went with Gray Magic over Lunar by Bestitch Me because you can't tell in this light, because of course you can't, but there are hints of green in this fabric. And I thought that suited this very well, especially given the architecture in the back. I liked the idea of it being a mossy, like, pillar and, like, where she was standing. So, as I said earlier in the video, this New Year, New Start will not get done by the end of January. It might not even get done by the end of the year. That's okay. This will get done when it gets done. And I'm looking forward to working on it. The pattern is very big to work on, and I'm looking forward to working on it. I really like the pattern. Obviously, there really is not much to tell what is going on. Hopefully, once I start working in the pillar, it will become a little bit more discernible, especially considering the part of the dress that I worked on, you can't even fucking tell that it's a dress. But that's okay. The goal with this is to attempt to work on it once a week. We'll see if that happens. Like I said, if it doesn't get done, it doesn't get done. But here's all the floss for it. It's all DMC. And there is, where the fuck? Okay. This is all DMC. Right here. These are the Karen water lilies. There's 3 of them. I did the border called for a couple of these, and holy shit, silks are so nice to work with. So expensive, so nice to work with. And I have beads, they're downstairs, as well as 4 Krynics. Jeez. 4 Krynics. So. There's going to be a lot of firsts with this project, I guarantee you. But regardless, I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be fun, and it's my first, like, really fancy lady, so yeah. Okay. Oh, and I didn't show you my last project bag. This is from Evertote. My mom got this for me for Christmas last year. This is this is where I keep all of my Halloween projects, because I don't have another bag that's big enough to fit all of them. It's not appropriate whatsoever, but it's fine. I really like the bag. It came with a matching Notions pouch for this fabric, this blue fabric with all of the flowers. It's really nice. Anyway, that's all of my projects. That's all of my WIPs. That's all of my finishes. That was a lot. I'm really, really happy with the progress that I've made this year as a first full year of stitching. And I'm still stitching. I am still stitching after a year. I didn't give up on a hobby. I still haven't given up on a hobby. I still really like this hobby. I like the friends that I've made. I like the community that I'm in. It's crazy. And it's only going to get better from here. The world sucks. The world fucking sucks. Out there, I don't want to be out there. Outside, sucks. Do not recommend. Inside, with friends, could be fun. So, yeah, stick I don't know how to end this. Be on the lookout for my plans video for 2026. I'm sure I'll film it in the next couple of days and then upload it a couple of days later. So look out for that, I guess. And then filming schedule is still going to kind of be wonky right now. I'm aiming for once a month. I can't guarantee that though. So it's been a couple of weeks since my last normal Flosstube, I think. Has it been 3 weeks? I don't remember. But I probably won't have anything for you guys until later in January. Just because I've shown you guys all of my WIPs that I'm working on, so it feels kind of redundant. So that being said, a plans video will be out in the next couple of weeks probably, and then a normal Flosstube will be out probably by the end of the month. And then we'll go from there. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. I really appreciate you guys. We're at over 200 subscribers, which that happened suddenly and unexpectedly, especially considering I'm not regularly posting. So thank you guys so much. I'm flabbergasted. And please remember to take care of yourselves right now. It's rough out there. I will see you all next time. Bye. And I am using the, yeesh. Oh no, fluff is going everywhere. And I wanted to start it. So this is on a scrap of 14 count, 16 count Banshee by Fabrics by Stephanie.